I mean, we all try and analyze ourselves, and we analyze others, don't we? Don't you routinely analyze others? You use the terms, oh, they're so neurotic. You know, neurosis, you know what neurosis is? It's not really in the academic literature. It just means jangled nerves. It's a Greek word. Basically, the best definition I ever heard of neurosis, it's the inability to keep your thoughts in the present moment. At rest, you tend to go forward worrying, relate to that, or ruminate going back. You know, being zen, being in the present moment, you know intuitively that's the space you're supposed to be in. What's keeping you from getting there? Well, psychologically, what is it? Nature and nurture. You know what your nature is, right? You know what spawned you, right? You know who you take after, you know what your genes are. And then there's the whole nurture piece, and you know that's all over the map. That is all over the map. Many of you here have had, you know, awful, and some have had delightful upbringings, okay? But we're always trying to assess, how do we settle down? How do we make our life be better psychologically? Well, the third term is where the skinny is, let me tell you something. Biopsychosocial. Because what Americans have grossly underestimated is that factor, the social. You know, Glenn Sparks, who's up there in the back, a professor at Purdue, he and I wrote a book on social isolation called Refrigerator Rights. You know what that is, refrigerator rights? If Sally and I came over to your house and we never met before, and we're sitting at your kitchen table, and without asking, I just went into your refrigerator and got stuff out. You know, you might not say anything, but you'd be thinking, that's a little forward. You'd tell people later, I didn't know this guy, went into the refrigerator, took out last night's leftovers. But what if, you know, we've never met before, but it turns out, like through DNA testing, I'm your uncle. I'm a family member. Well, it still may be a little abrupt, but it would be a little different for you to think that as family, you want me to feel at home in your home. Think about that. Think about the people in your life who are close enough that they can just be in your private space, your refrigerator rights, and go into your medicine cabinet, right? Who do you got? You know who most of us got? We have our spouse and our kids. Hey, let me tell you something about marriage. By the time someone comes to a therapist for marriage, they're not there for a tune-up. They're ready to kill each other, right? And they all tell the same story. Oh, it was great when we started. It really was great. Yeah, we fell in love. No one once ever came in and said, that pretty much sucked right out of the gate. You know, we thought we could do it, but turns out, you know, he changed, I changed. I realized I had married Satan, you know, whatever. Guess what else their lifestyle was? It's you and me and the kids, and that's it. The women didn't have any others in their life, like sisters or aunts or uncles. The men didn't have. I got to tell you, Psychology 101, one person can't handle the whole load of you. You have no business presuming you can do that. We are not wired to do that. Why can't we get that through our thick head? I don't understand it. So, for example, with Glenn and I, Refrigerator Rights said, between moving, relocating, you know, the 7 kids in our family, other than Barbara, who's here, my younger sister, we lived in 7 different states for decades, right? And so between moving and then media and technology, we don't reconnect with anybody. So I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But you know what? When you hear the stuff about Facebook or all that, that's what's going on. That's the problem with it, is that it's isolating. And we're having an incredible number of social problems with loneliness, suicide, all of that stuff. It's the biocycle, it's the social that needs to be fixed. That's what really needs to be fixed. And guess what? So if the diagnosis is biopsychosocial, the fix goes reverse. Fix your social. It will have effects on calming your psyche, and then it will also calm your body. Okay? Isn't that cool? You can get out of here. You're healed. My work is done here. Yes.